Hi, I'm Barbara Spalding with Homeroom at Home, and today we're taking a look at some of the creative writing resources. There are certainly a lot of things to choose from, and one of the things that I hope to inspire you with is to start small and then build from there. Certainly, I know that I will get writer's block, and many adults find themselves having a hard time conveying their thoughts on paper, and that is certainly true for our young ones as well. So with that, let me introduce you to a couple of quick little tools. And the idea here is to tap into their little brains and allow them the opportunity of self-expression in getting that on paper. The first thing I want to point out to you is a journal here. This journal is the My Favorites, a journal of places and things to go. Now, I recommend that instead of having your son or daughter use this solely, that you take this resource as a family. When you open it up, there are several tabs: favorite music, movies, restaurants, places to go, shops, and books. And depending on the tab, it might ask you to rate your favorite movie. What was it? Who was your favorite actor? And that sort of thing. Restaurants, where was this restaurant? What was the food specialty? And what would you rate it? Favorite places, where did you go? What was your favorite city? What was so cool about that city? And all these kind of things. There are several pages to each one, so it's easy to, have mom weigh in her favorite this, and then your son or daughter can, take the next block and put their favorite restaurant or their favorite song in there. So I think it's easy enough for the family to enjoy and utilize together. The next one that I want to point out to you is personally one of my favorites. This is the Road to Writing Monkey Business. This is a very colorful, very easy to read, easy to use resource. It incorporates asking kids to draw and then to write about their drawing, which I absolutely love. One of the pages in here, for instance, will ask the child to invent something and draw a picture of it. And then on the next page, describe it, how do you use it, how does it work, where would you find it, that kind of thing. This is Stand Up For Yourself journal, and more and more I think we're seeing some anti-bullying resources coming out, and this would certainly fall into that category. At the same time, with it being a journal, I'm showcasing it here because anywhere that we can get kids to start putting together their thoughts and their opinions on paper is really what we're going for here. This journal, it's quizzes and questions to help you stand strong against bullying. Absolutely love this journal. But in terms of creativity and starting to put your opinions, or your children putting their opinions into paper, this is a good starting point as well. There are going to be certain things that they're going to check off here and there, and then there are other pages that are going to have fill in the blanks. This page here is more like a letter, helping them, craft a letter here. And there are just all kinds of examples in here of a bullying log, for instance, different tidbits of information that your girls can really start to fill in and obviously use, building that self-esteem, and part of that anti-bullying campaign that we're seeing as well. Excellent resource. I'm glad that I picked this up here recently. Next, let me point out a book called Daybook of Critical Reading and Writing. This is going to be similar to the Monkey Business book that we just took a look at, but this is going to be for a bit older audience. Similar in that it's going to give the kids something to read and then reflect on. I'm not seeing so much that they're going to be drawing, but that there might be some doodles already in the book for them to take a look at, and just page after page of examples and stories for them to take a peek at and then reflect on. What was of interest to them? How do they feel about it? How would the story end? And those kind of things in this book. As you can see, there's a lot more writing in here. So again, it's going to be geared for the older writer as opposed to the Monkey Business. But I will say, with the Monkey Business, you can even use this for your older kids. It might take some of the pressure off of, having to write a 5-paragraph essay or something that they might otherwise be seeing in school, and allows it to be a little bit on the lighter side, gives them an idea that they probably otherwise wouldn't have thought of. So I wouldn't rule this out for the older kids, but definitely I think it's more geared for the younger ones, and then this one is more geared for the older ones. I'm sorry, this one. And it's Daybook of Critical Reading and Writing. Excellent resource.